If you think that voting for Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats in the midterms a year and a half away is the solution, then you're not paying attention. Are you going to tell the people that are drinking out of toilets in concentration camps in Florida, just wait a year and a half, Hakeem Jeffries is going to fix everything? People that are being kidnapped off the streets, hey, it sucks. I hate that that's happening to you, but I just gave Hakeem Jeffries $10 in a year and a half. He's going to make sure that you're okay. People that are being gone after, like the news media, that are being silenced, what are you going to tell them? Hey, yeah, it sucks that free speech is going away, but hey, I just gave $10 to Hakeem Jeffries. Wait a year and a half. He's going to fix it. The economy is crashing right now. We're going to go into probably a depression, is my guess. We're isolating ourselves from the world. But hey, I just gave Hakeem Jeffries $10. He'll fix it in 1.5 years. And when you're asked of it to do something, to actually stop this that you have the power to do, I have a mortgage. We all have a mortgage. We all have rent. We all have bills to pay. We're all struggling. We all have a cruddy economy right now. You know who didn't have excuses? Was Martin Luther King. Sorry, I can't give a speech. I have a mortgage to pay. John Lewis, beaten for just wanting to vote as a black man. The audacity. Sorry, I can't do it, people. I have a mortgage to pay. What if Rosa Parks didn't sit on the bus? I'd love to help and fight for civil justice and humanities rights, but hey, I have a mortgage to pay. What if Harriet Tubman didn't build the Underground Railroad? I'd love to help you, but if I do that and I help other people, I have to pay my mortgage. That selfishness, that lack of empathy is going to be the downfall of this country. So many people in this country voted for a convicted felon adjudicated rapist because Jean Carroll wasn't their mom, because Officer Sitnick wasn't their dad, because women have an increased sepsis rates in Texas isn't their wife, because Adriana Smith and Amber Thurman wasn't their cousin, because their family member or friend isn't being kidnapped off the street. So hey, it doesn't affect me. I have a mortgage to pay. Then that's a choice. Then you're choosing fascism. You're going to watch your neighbor's house burn to the ground and not help them. I'd love to help you, neighbor, but my house is safe. Yours is on fire. That sucks. Hold on. Let me give Hakeem Jeffries $10. He'll fix your house. He'll keep it from burning down in a year and a half. And what's going to happen when your house is on fire? And all of your neighbors' houses is a pile of ash because you were waiting for Hakeem Jeffries to save you. And they're all living on tents on the front yard because they can't afford to rebuild it, because they all lost their jobs because of all these tariffs and the awful, horrible economy that we're in. No one's going to be there to help you. But hey, maybe Hakeem Jeffries will be there for you in a year and a half after your house is burnt to the ground. You have two options. You can continue with the bullshit excuses. They're valid. I don't care. Change doesn't happen being comfortable. When I lost weight, I changed my diet. I walk 5 to 6 miles a day and I lift weights 5 days a week. And too many of you right now want to do the easy thing. You want to take a shortcut. You want to get gastric bypass. You want to take diet pills. You want to take supplements. You want the result without putting in the hard work, without going to the gym, without walking, without changing your diet. And that's not how fascism is going to be stopped. You want to have your cake and eat it too. You want to be comfortable in your white privilege and stay in your house and say, it doesn't affect me. I don't care. Good luck. Sucks your house is on fire. But hey, it's not me. I don't care. I'm only going to worry about myself. And the reason that we're here is because a lot of white privileged people that look like me for hundreds of years ignored the atrocities that was happening to our black brothers and sisters in this country. Jim Crow, well, didn't affect me. Racial profiling, didn't affect me. Redlining, didn't affect me. Black Wall Street, didn't affect me. Slavery, didn't affect me. And on and on and on. And we're doing the same thing right now. Michelle Obama said that if you think the darkness won't come over your house, you are sadly mistaken. And she was right. You go ahead and you act like your white privilege is going to keep you safe. And you just remember, and I'll leave you with this. First, they came for the socialists, but I wasn't a socialist, so I didn't stand up for them. Then they came from the union workers, but I wasn't a union worker, and I didn't help them. And then they came for the Jews, and I wasn't a Jew, so I didn't help them. And then they came for me, and no one was there to help me because I watched all the houses burn around me. It's a choice, America. You can continue to be immature little children, I don't care if it offends you, and doom scroll and watch breaking news and act like addicts. Or you can put in the hard work. Because my understanding that a lot of people that voted for Harris, that you liked hard work, it's good work, but many of you don't actually want to do it. It sounds good on paper, but you're willing to do the minimal, which is calling a senator, writing a letter, protesting every 2 months on a Saturday outside of working hours. That is not going to cut it. And neither is Hakeem Jeffries or the Democratic Party. They care about your money and they care about staying in power. If they really cared about you, they would have reversed Citizens United. They would have increased minimum wage when Joe Biden was in power, but they didn't, so they could run on it and say, I will fix it. They should have codified Roe versus Wade when they had the supermajority under Obama, but they didn't, so they could run on it. We are pawns in this game. When are you going to choose? When are we going to choose to stop playing in this game? When are you going to be ready to revolt against this system? Because if you wait till it affects you, that's too late. It's game over. You have to act as if it's happening to you, as if you're in a concentration camp, as if your mom's being kidnapped by a guy in a mask, as if your mom was Amber Thurman, as if your sister was Adriana Smith. Act as if. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And that's what we're not doing. We're only thinking about us. That is not a healthy society, and that is not a healthy way of living, is by only caring about ourselves. When you're ready, you let me know. Because a general strike is the only way that I know how to organize this. It's in my bio, 2025strike.com. I'm going to push this because in 20 years, when I look back, when history reflects on me, I want them to say, you know what? That guy was on the right side of history. He told people what they needed to hear. But you know what people did? They doom scrolled. They made every bullshit excuse as to why they can't do it because they were unwilling to put in the hard work and be financially uncomfortable. I'm going to stand on the right side of it. Where are you going to be?